Hi guys, welcome back to Gamescom. I'm here with Dave and we've today seen Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, some brand new gameplay. It was the same section that we saw at E3,
yeah,
but they played it in a different way.
A very different way, yeah. And I was suspected at the start of the demo that they would be playing it a different way. I thought maybe it would be a bit more loud. Do you know what I mean? You quite often see like stealth, and then you quite often see like the loud way.
We've done the stealthy way, now let's do it just shooting everything.
Exactly, but it was totally different. We had a whole different time of day, we had a whole different route across the map. It was like just the opposite of...
It was stealth again, to make that clear. Stealth again, but just one of the other million ways of stealth that Metal Gear Solid 5 seems to offer you.
Yeah.
And the amount of combinations of things that you can do and the creative ways you can complete your objectives was just really, really impressive.
It's sort of intimidating, actually. It's sort of gone to town on that idea of if you can sort of imagine it, you can do it. And we saw that in a lot of ways. And I think the very first sort of new thing we saw was riding along on the horse. It was a different time of day to the E3 demo. So there were guards in different places, and Snake spots a Jeep in the distance coming towards him. And what does he do, Rob?
He says, "Go on, man. Go on.
Go on.
Go on.
Go on, do it.
Go on, horse.
Go on, horse.
Do it now."
Do what?
And the horse defecates in the road. So you can make your horse defecate on command.
That's something
in Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. And then the Jeep came along, drove through the horse poo, and span out.
It span out,
and it made the guards.
They were all knocked out.
They were all knocked out, all unconscious. So Snake went with the guards in the Jeep.
Yeah.
Did the Fulton recovery system on the Jeep with the guards in it, and sent them up. And it was really funny.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's surely... I'd like to be corrected if I'm wrong. That's got to be surely one of the first times that poo has been used as a gameplay mechanic.
It's the first time I've experienced it. The only other experience I've got with video game poo was actually in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Well, there you
where
go.
Right at the beginning, as Raiden, you can look up and there's seagulls all around you. You look up in first person and they poo on your face and it kind of slides down the camera.
There you go.
And it makes a really interesting sound effect as well. But yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
We then get to see the base, and guards are in a different position to they were in the E3 build. And there's a little joke they put in there where Snake looked across the hill and he can see a little marker that said E3 vantage point, and that was where the E3 demo was. And it was like he must have been about a kilometre away from it, the other side of the base. So he's looking at the base from a different point of view. Guards are on a different patrol, and he decides to get out his Phantom cigar, which is an e-cigarette, which allows you to, choose what time of day you want to infiltrate the base at. So he made it go to night time, where the guards had changed their shift pattern and left a certain area more sparsely protected than it was before.
That's right. The sort of central base, they'd all sort of contracted into that, and that was quite heavily protected, but the outside areas were less so protected. And obviously he'd already marked everyone, so you saw how their patrol routes had shifted and things like that.
Yeah, and there was one area that he needed to get to that was guarded by like quite obnoxious lighting. That was a power generator, and so Snake infiltrated a guard who was just on his own and interrogated him and found out the location of the power generator, was then able to destroy the power generator so the lights go out. But even then, stuff was constantly happening. Like the guards obviously investigated why the power generator had gone out, couldn't fix it, so they call in a helicopter with a searchlight. So now you've got the cover of darkness, but you've got to avoid a helicopter, which is obviously dangerous, very dangerous.
And I'm not sure exactly how, I don't know whether we were replaying the level or as such, or whether it was, another level another sort of part of the story taking place in the same map, because they made a point of showing Snake going to do a headshot on someone with the tranq dart, and they were all wearing helmets this time, and he said, the guy doing the demo said that you used too many headshots in the previous run through, so the guards had adapted and they were now all wearing helmets, so to make that much more difficult. Awesome. So there's obviously like a massive hint at how much you'll be replaying and how much the game takes on board how you play, how you like to do things.
And it's like the guards must be kind of constantly communicating with each other. A lot of us are going down, being shot in the head.
Absolutely.
Get some more helmets in.
For God's sake, spend money on helmets.
I'd like to think rockets and bullets would be able to get through a helmet, but tranq darts can't get through a helmet.
I don't know what they have to combat rockets and things like that.
But it was just really, really exciting, the variety of things that you could do.
Well, you mentioned the helicopter being brought in, and actually this is one of the first, it was the first properly wow moment where they showed off just sort of, you know, it was one of those moments where you'd think, you've played games before and you think, I wonder if I can do this, and you can do it. And what they did was, what Snake does is the helicopter's sort of circling, it's over the place where he needs to get to. There's a Jeep parked underneath. So he went over to the Jeep sneakily, stuck some C4 to it, and then called in the fault and recovery system.
On the Jeep.
On the Jeep, which lifts the Jeep up. He got spotted by the helicopter, went into the slow motion and blew up the Jeep next to the helicopter and destroyed the helicopter.
It was amazing.
It was absolutely
The Jeep
incredible.
kind of lifts through the air and he detonates the C4 right on the helicopter.
Yeah, it was a proper sort of
awesome.
action movie moment, that sort of thing of how am I going to get, you know, you can
It's
see
like
the action style, how am I going to do this?
Killing the helicopter with the car in Die Hard 4.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
He's gone, I've got some C4 and I've got a helicopter, what am I going to do?
But we've got to move on quickly to the next thing we saw, which we went back to Mother Base, which is the base everyone can customize, everyone can build their own base based on what you can collect with the fault and recovery system in the main game. So Jeeps, guards, sheep if you want.
Yeah.
And it turns out that other people online can invade your base and try and steal your stuff, and you in turn can invade other people's bases and try and steal their stuff, and you've got to get past their security systems. You can have gun cameras, you can have, you know, patrols, everything.
Yeah,
and
like
it just
mortars, automatic guns. Yeah, I think now at E3 they did show your base getting infiltrated, and I don't think we were aware at the time that that was by another
I certainly
player.
wasn't aware it was a multiplayer component. I just thought it was a thing that could happen, and AI soldiers were coming, and you'd have to defend your base at certain points. But you're going to have to defend your base against other people.
That's right.
Which could also be a real pain in the ass if you've just done a really hard mission. You go back to your base and you find out that all your stuff is gone.
Absolutely. It's just incredible that that's almost a whole other game. I mean, there's just a whole base building and defending and also infiltrating.
It will be a whole other game.
You know, I know for a fact that I will be desperately trying to steal from you, and I'm sure you'll be trying to steal from me.
And will be.
It's going to make for a horrible atmosphere.
I'll just
in the office.
put lady swimsuit cardboard boxes all over my base, and
fair enough. I'll just get stuck.
Yeah, you will.
Staring.
Immobilized.
But
we saw that as well. Some more cardboard box shenanigans.
Exactly. And we also saw at one point in the infiltration, he got spotted. The player playing was spotted by another snake. Obviously, the snake who owned that base. So there's obviously gonna be sort of an actual real PvP. It's not like you set up your base
stealthing away from another human player.
That's right. It's not just you set up your base and say, "Come and have a go." You can be in your base when that is happening and stop people from stealing your stuff. It's really, really exciting. I think there's like a whole massive multiplayer element we've not really seen yet that's going to come to the forefront.
It's so different, isn't it, to just running around shooting people.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to use Metal Gear's core stealth gameplay and creativity against another person, which is amazing. And every time I see the Phantom Pain, it just excites me more and more.
Absolutely. And I don't have a history of playing Metal Gear games like you do, but I'm really, really, really excited about it.
Well, I hope you guys get to see this gameplay soon. I'm sure they'll release it online. Check it out. It does look absolutely amazing. And make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because we're going to have loads more from Gamescom coming up on the channel all over the week.